Hi everyone, welcome back to Cats. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you may be in the world. It is 7:33 a.m. on December 23rd. Lots going on today, and I don't normally appear when I'm doing the daily reads, but this is an important day. And if you just heard that big crash, I have a steel roof on my house, and that is the snow literally sliding off and crashing down, which we've been listening to for the past 24 hours. Who knew there was that much snow up there? Anyhow, with that being said, this is the Rise and Shine Daily Reading for December 23rd, 2022. 2 more sleeps till Santa Claus comes. Yay! And as always, the Rise and Shine Daily Reading is meant to put a little spring in our steps, some food for thought, some gentle guidance, something to help us as we navigate throughout the day. I appreciate all of your support. Please don't forget to do all those things that are so important for all of the YouTube channels by liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting the thumbs up, as well as the bell notification so you know whenever we upload new videos, as well as leaving comments, because I love to interact with you in the comment section. So we have 2 days before Christmas. For those of us that celebrate Christmas, we have a new moon today, and we have a massive snowstorm that is affecting a great amount of people. And so where the snowstorm is concerned, please make sure that you're you have power, that your phones are charged up, and that you have enough food and water and blankets or coats, mittens, hats, things to keep you warm, wood if you have a wood burning stove, propane if you have a barbecue so that you could eat, check in on your neighbors and your family, and try to stay as safe as you possibly can. Please don't travel if the roads look bad. Stay at home and stay safe. Here where I live currently right now, we're getting like a rain and snow mix. We are sitting at 1 degree, and we will be going down to -17 tonight. So that's a dramatic drop in temperature. They are predicting 70 centimeters of snow, which converted to imperial measurements, that's about 28 inches of snow. So yikes. High winds up to 100 kilometers an hour. It's going to be a situation. So please stay safe. The next thing that I want to talk about is the new moon. So I went onto the internet, as I always do, and got some information about the new moon. The new moon is in Capricorn right now, and this new moon is about preparing us for success, really. So it's a great time to sort of lay out some groundwork to sort of start the planning process, for said success. But what's interesting about the way that everything is lining up is that when you sit down to sort of figure out what it is that you really want to do or how you want to achieve it, you may be slightly surprised that maybe things have shifted, and maybe you have a different focus, or maybe you want to go in a different direction. And that's because Venus, the planet Venus, is harmonizing with the planet Uranus. So that's just interesting. It will help to encourage many people to sort of follow their hearts at this time, right? Even if it seems to be taking you in a sort of like an unconventional or unexpected direction. You might feel like you've totally shifted directions from once what you thought you wanted to do, and it'll sort of happen like you'll have like an aha moment. So it'll be like a sudden sort of revelation about what you're actually wanting to work towards, right? In addition to that, the new moon's connection with the planet Jupiter will possibly help to inspire us to sort of think bigger and bolder as we try to visualize our future plans and our goals, right? And alongside the new moon, we also have Mercury, which is kind of mixed in there with Neptune, which is adding just the sort of like the right amount of idealism to the whole thing. And so there's a lot of energies kind of happening. But at the end of the day, with some discipline and some grounding and some focus, so some meditation, we're going to be able to keep our feet firmly planted on the ground and really sort of put into action and set ourselves up in a good way for approaching the new year with our plans for reaching our goals and our intentions, which is lovely. So with all of that being said, and I thank the internet for that help, because I am not an astrology person, so I appreciate the help. With that being said, we're going to go to the Dozen Cats Advent Calendar and pull today's trinket from the Advent Calendar. So I'm going to, well, rather than switching my cards or switching my camera, we'll do it this way. Now, yesterday, I tried to do this, and I literally put all these drawers fell out. All the boxes fell out, and I had to sit here and put them all back together. Yes. So we have the Dozen Cats Advent Calendar, and we've been pulling trinkets from it every day. And so today is the 23rd, and we will pull out the 23rd box. We'll put this down, and I will turn the camera down so you guys can see the cards in a moment. So I chose this particular item because it is a full moon, and because it has great meaning to me. So what we have here is this beautiful star. Makes me think of the North Star that, you know, guides Santa's sleigh, as I was taught growing up. Every year we would tune in, you know, when it became available, and watch, you know, Santa's the map as to where Santa was and what part of the world he was over. You know, it's the North Star, the star atop of the tree. To me, this is about miracles. It's about hope. It's about believing in something bigger than myself, and it's magical, and it actually makes me quite emotional thinking about it, because I feel it's very sort of like inspiring, and also very grounding. It's that moment when you realize that you as an individual are just a tiny speck in the big grand scheme of things, and it sort of allows you to think in that awe and wondrous sort of magical way of possibilities and new things and new experiences, and all that, you know, all the potential is what I want to say. All the potential, you know. Sorry, you just had a huge thump. It literally sounds like someone, like Santa, just jumped onto my roof. Oh, friends. So, the star. There's also something very, to me, very serene about looking up at the stars, right? There's shooting stars that you can make a wish on. So to me, the star represents hope and a little bit of magic. And the moon, just like a shooting star, can be highlighting something. It can be magical. It can show you things that you didn't otherwise know were there. It can light a path for you to be able to navigate and see your way through clearly. And there is a little bit of magic about the moon. And so I thought it was an appropriate trinket for today. So we're going to drop the camera down so we can see the cards. Thank you for joining me throughout this whole process. I'm having so much fun pulling these trinkets from the Advent calendar, and I hope that you're enjoying it as well. So here we go, my friends. All right, there we go. And you have my teacup here that you can see. I apologize. We'll take that out of the way. So we've got the One World Tarot, as well as some oracle cards for today. So let's go ahead. Let's see what Spirit has to tell us for December 23rd, 2022. Message for the collective for December 23rd, 2022. Message for December 23rd, 2022. I thought that these cards were appropriate. I tried to pick like moony kind of looking cards, and this has, of course, the moon here up at the top, right? So there's that. One more shuffle. All right, friends, here we go. Don't forget that coming up tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be here with Lady Saul, who joins me to do some holiday messages. So those three cards have come out. And I pulled one more. So we have the Ten of Swords. So this is the energy coming in from the past. This is stress. This is feeling burdened. This is carrying a lot of weight. This is being overworked, exhausted, almost to the point of burnout, right? We have the Temperance card showing up, asking us to be more balanced, to remind us that if we keep our feet firmly planted on the ground, that will bring that balance to us, right? To not sort of sway one way or the other. Our challenge card is the Five of Wands, so conflict, right? So obviously, if we are feeling stressed and overworked and burdened in some way, form, or fashion, and we do not balance that energy out, we're going to be short-tempered, we're going to be exhausted, and so that can invoke some type of conflict because you may be short with people, or you're not as patient as perhaps you would want to be, right? So that's your challenge. The possible outcome card, we have the Judgment. This is about self-evaluation. This is about gaining a new understanding, gaining a new perspective. It's about sort of increasing your awareness, right? It's also about your spiritual connection. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands. This is being a little more spontaneous, a little more carefree. This is allowing yourself to sort of go at the beat of your own drum, letting your hair down and having some fun, having a little bit of adventure, maybe tapping into some creative pursuit to help you with this grounding, this balance, right? And it's interesting because that, to me, sort of sums up what we just said about what this new moon is. So feeling a lot of pressure, trying to balance it all out, trying to figure it all out, right? You have lots of other energies going, so you could be affected by a lot of things. So not sort of like, don't feed into that energy, right? Come from a place of understanding, right? Lift your vibration up, keep yourself solidly planted on the ground, and allow yourself to have this shift in your thinking, because perhaps what you thought is not exactly how it is. In terms of the the part that they mentioned there about when you take time to think about your goals, you may have an aha moment and realize that that's not exactly what you wanted, or the way that you thought that you should do it is not the way that it's going to, that you want it to go now, if that makes sense. So this is an interesting reading for sure. Got these new cards. Ivana Intuitive was using these. This is the Coffee Cup Oracle, I believe it's called. They're round, and so of course, you know, it's the moon today, the new moon, so I figured that this was appropriate. So let's give these a shot and see what we get. That's way too many, Spirit. All right. We have the turtle that has come out. So slowness and protection. So this to me is like the grounding, right? This is taking a step back, taking things slowly, trying to be prepared, trying to be in a way sort of on top of the situation, if that makes sense. Like this, to me, this is like counting to 10 before you react so that you don't have this conflict, right? This is just slow and steady wins the race, not, you know, sort of fly past everyone else and try to win it. Do you know what I mean? Taking your time. Being methodical about things. Okay, that's too many cards. Spirit's got a whole lot to say today, friends. I love these cards, but they're super slippery. We've got ego. Ego isn't necessarily a bad thing. We all need to have a little bit of it. In terms of, there's nothing wrong with you wanting to be successful, or there's nothing wrong with you wanting to be acknowledged and recognized for your achievements or your contributions. But when you have a negative ego, it is when you start to compare yourself to other people. And in this case, I love to use the example of the Facebook highlight reel. You go onto Facebook and you only see the, you know, I went on a trip and here's my new car and look at the new renovation in my home and look at, you know, I just went to the beauty parlor or whatever. It's the highlight reel. It's not real in terms of, you don't hear about people's everyday issues. And when we start to reside in that negative space, that's when we start to compare ourselves to other people, because we think that we are being short-sighted or left out in some sort of way. So the grounding with the temperance card and the balance with the temperance card and the judgment with the self-evaluation is going to keep this in check. But just be careful that we don't allow ourselves to go to the negative side of the ego. Like, you know, why is this happening to me? You know, how come everybody else is out there having a good time and I'm stuck at home because of the snowstorm kind of idea. We must always remember to be grateful for what we have. And I assure you that if you allow yourself a moment to think about what you have, there is a blessing in it for you to concentrate on. And when you open yourself up in that way, and I speak from personal experience, it is amazing what you can do to allow more joy and peace come into your heart. We have two cards here that have come out from the Moonology deck. And the first card that we have is, what do you need to release? Right? What do you need to release? That kind of looks like how it is forever, everyone that's going through this winter storm, right? So what do we need to release, right? Maybe you need to release this negativity, the ego, the conflict or the competition that you're feeling, right? You and your loved ones are safe. So to me, this is, this is what's important. This is what's important. So this is like a grounding exercise. This is like the self-evaluation, the realization, right? Because this is what's important, that you're safe and that you're healthy and that you're happy. If you know what I mean. All right, the last card that we have is from the Angels of Atlantis. And we have a Quincy that has joined us. He's beside me here, wanting to jump on the desk. The poor kitty cats are so freaked out by the noises that are happening from the snow dropping off of the roof. And the plows going out and all that good stuff. I'm sure that all of you who have animals know that the animals are very sensitive because they pick up on our energies. And so give them a little extra love today, if you can, to reassure them that everything is all right, so that they're not as freaked out by the noises that they hear around them. We have such a beautiful card to end from Archangel Metatron, Divine Intelligence. Divine Intelligence, right? Divine Intelligence, the self-evaluation, the awareness, the new understanding, the spiritual way to handle a situation, getting in touch with that mode of thinking, right? Tapping into your inner wisdom and your intuition that we all have. Saying your prayers, casting a bubble of protection around yourself and your loved ones throughout this storm. If you know someone who's traveling or whatever, this is about using our logic and our minds to sort of navigate ourselves through a tricky or otherwise emotional situation. Divine Intelligence. What an excellent card. And so, my friends, for today, December 23rd, 2022, please, if you're in the eye of the storm, please be careful, take precautions, don't travel if it's not necessary, make sure that you have enough food and water and supplies to look after yourself, and check in on your loved ones if you can. In terms of the new moon, make sure that you remain grounded so that you can come from a place of sort of spiritual understanding rather than reacting from an emotional standpoint. I hope that everyone has a good day. Please stay safe. And I wish you many blessings until we see each other again. Mwah. Bye for now.